Hey friend, welcome to Finding Life. My name is Brian Bell. I'm so glad you're here. It is Monday, March 20th, 2023. It is officially the first day of spring. Happy spring. It actually technically rolls in at 2:24 p.m. this afternoon for those of us in the Pacific time zone of the Northern Hemisphere. So happy spring, happy spring. We've been getting the spring weather here lately. It's still raining here in Southern California. It's supposed to rain today. It's supposed to rain tomorrow. It's supposed to rain Wednesday. But this place we've seen more rain here lately than we've ever seen. And I'm sure we've heard people say too, like all that snow we had in the mountains. Jaden's school teacher said he's lived here his whole life. He's never seen the entire mountain covered in snow. So it's been crazy, but the cool thing is everything here is green right now. Usually it's kind of dry and brown throughout the year, but right now everything is green, kind of looking more like Tennessee. All the hills are covered in green, and we're enjoying it. Hey, good morning, live streamers. Let's get you on the show. Bobby Bell says it's another new week, and Dana, good morning, Dana. Dana says good morning, happy Monday, happy new day, happy new week, happy spring. We have a lot of things to celebrate this morning, so let's do that. So great to see you on the show. If you're on the live stream with us this morning, please make sure to let us know. If you're catching this on YouTube after the recording on the podcast, know that we record these every morning, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Pacific, live here on YouTube. Let's see. Dana says, oh my goodness. Dana says it's 21 degrees here in Tennessee. Yikes, that does not sound nice. I am so sorry, Dana. We had a beautiful day here Saturday. I'll share some pictures of our weekend. I hope you had a great weekend. But Saturday, it was like sunny, blue skies, and 75 degrees. Yesterday, it started to drizzle again. I went for a walk last night. I got some pictures. I got a picture from that too. Last night during my walk, it was like 53 degrees and like drizzling rain. It's still drizzling light rain here this morning. I think probably in the 50s here this morning in Southern California. Mom says, yes, happy first day of spring. Yes, Mom. So great to see you on the show, Mom. So glad you're here. So glad you're able to make the live stream and get into the interactive live chat. So proud of you and so thankful that you're here. I hope you had a great weekend. I haven't said where we at yet, so let's do that. Today is week 8, day 1, live stream number 37. It is day number 79 of the new year. So let's know where we are, let's know where we're going, and let's make today count. Speaking of knowing where we're going, we are planning to go on vacation next week, and we still don't exactly know where we're going. We had one place in mind. We booked an Airbnb several weeks ago. Now this sounds like it's probably falling through. And so now we're looking at other possible destination points. I'm not sure what's going to happen next week for the live show. I'm not sure where we're going to be. We are planning to be out of the country, and so I'm not even sure if I'll be able to live stream from another country. I'm not sure how it's going to work yet, so we will have to play that by ear. I will continue to keep you posted as we move forward. Chloe Bell, good morning, my beautiful daughter. Chloe Bell says good morning. So great to have you on the show with us, Chloe. Much love to you all. Thank you for being here. I greatly appreciate you joining in with me this morning. But Saturday was a beautiful day. I'm going to switch over here and show just a couple of quick pictures. Hey, Bonnie. Bonnie's with us this morning. Bonnie, good morning. Bonnie, I did not check the live chat this morning before going on, so I don't know if you posted anything there or not. Thankfully, you're here in the live chat this morning, and so hopefully you'll be able to interact here. I'm going to go over to the screen share. This was Bobby was speaking my love language this weekend. Quality time. That's my love language, and Bobby was speaking it in full force. We got home from work on Friday. She offered for me and her to go for a walk. This is what I call the summit. It's not actually a summit, but I call it the summit. It's like my vista point on my walk, kind of through our neighborhood. And I love this view here, so I take a picture of this view. I kind of save it for the end of my walk, and I take a picture and usually post it on social media with like date, time, temperature, and sometimes I'll put a little something on there. But this was Friday evening after work. Bobby offered to walk up to the summit with me. We actually took Peanut with us, so went for a walk up to the summit. That was very nice. Let me get over here. And then coming back down, we stopped and watched the sunset. It was a beautiful sunset Friday night. Then we went to the hot tub. Actually, we came home, had dinner, made dinner together, cleaned up, and then went over to the hot tub and hung out in the hot tub for a while. It was awesome. Saturday, here's our beautiful day on Saturday. Saturday was such a beautiful day. We went to this hiking trail that's literally like 5 minutes from our house we had never been to before, and did just like a quick short hike. So I got a couple pictures here. You can see how green everything is right now. Blue skies and green. It was so pretty. Here's Bobby and Jaden finishing the hike. And this was my walk Saturday night. I'd never seen this before. Bobby thinks they're probably decorating for Easter, but this was on Saturday night. Bobby went to work. She worked Saturday night and last night. And this was my 4-mile jaunt through the neighborhood Saturday night. I was walking up the street, and then I saw this like beautiful, super bright cross. And this is just a house. This is just a house in the neighborhood. So it was, I was like, wow, it just really caught me by surprise. I'd never seen it there before. And so I thought that was really cool. This was the view Saturday night from what I call the summit. And then this was the view last night on my walk when it was misting rain. So that was my weekend. I hope you guys had a great weekend. Let me get back over here to the other screen. Hey, Zach Bell. Let's see. Oh, Bonnie said, let me get Zach in here. Close this out. Zach Bell says, morning, happy Monday. Happy morning, brother. So glad to have you on the show with us. So glad you're here. Happy Monday, happy spring, happy new week, happy new day. Bonnie says, I read it but didn't post anything. All right, perfect, Bonnie. So I'm glad you didn't write a bunch of stuff out and then me just like completely overlook it. So hope you guys had a great weekend. Let me know in the live chat what you did this weekend and what you had going on. Hope you had a great weekend. One of the things I read this weekend, one quick quote here by Alvin Reed, which I thought was really good. It says, what if you saw the passion of your life, those things that bring you joy, that turn your crank, that bring you great satisfaction, were given to you by God to be used for something bigger than yourself? What if you saw how the passion of your life, those things that bring you joy, that turn your crank, that bring you great satisfaction, were given to you by God to be used for something bigger than yourself? I really love that. I just want to share that this morning. Bonnie says, celebrated Ruthie's 8th birthday. Happy birthday, Ruthie. I don't know how did I not know that or see that? I'm so sorry, Bonnie. Happy birthday, Ruthie. Happy 8th birthday, Ruthie. I hope you had a great birthday. I don't know how I missed that, but I'm really sorry. I'm going to share a little bit more from Timothy Keller. I'm going to just share little tidbits of this. This is Timothy Keller, every good endeavor, connecting your work to God's work. And this first chapter here is chapter 1, actually says the design of work. And one of the things he talks about in this chapter is that we were made to work, and work gives us purpose. And this first chapter kind of goes over what our perspective should be of work. He says, God made the world not as a warrior digs a trench, but as an artist makes a masterpiece. He worked for the sheer joy of it. It says, while God works for us as our provider, we also work for him. Indeed, he works through us. Psalm 127, verse 1. Unless the Lord builds the house, the builders labor in vain, indicates that God is building the house, providing for us through the builders. Another thing he talks about, he says, work is as much as a basic human need as food, beauty, rest, friendship, prayer, and sexuality. It is not simply medicine, but food for the soul. Without meaningful work, we sense significant inner loss and emptiness. People who are cut off from work because of physical or other reasons quickly discover how much they need work to thrive emotionally, physically, and spiritually. So we need work. And he says, work is one of the ways we make ourselves useful to others. It's also one of the ways that we discover who we are. He talks about this quick story about the freedom of our work. I want to read through this real quick because to understand like what is kind of on the surface, it's hard to understand like what's he mean by work giving us freedom. He says to see our work in our DNA, our design, is part of what it means to grasp a distinct Christian understanding of freedom. Modern people like to see freedom as the complete absence of any constraints. But think of a fish. Because a fish absorbs oxygen from water, not air, it is free only if it is restricted to water. If a fish is freed from the river and put out on the grass to explore, its freedom to move and soon even to live is destroyed. The fish is not more free, but less free, if it cannot honor the reality of its nature. The same is true with airplanes and birds. If they violate the laws of aerodynamics, they will crash into the ground. But if they follow them, they will ascend and soar. The same is true in many areas of life. Freedom is not so much the absence of restrictions as finding the right ones, those that fit with the realities of our own nature and those of the world. He talks about on the next page, in the same way, human life works properly when it's conducted in line with the owner's manual, the commandments of God. When God speaks to disobedient Israel in Isaiah chapter 48, he says, I am the Lord your God who teaches you what is best for you, who directs you in the way you should go. If only you had paid attention to my commands, your peace would have been like a river, your well-being like the waves of the sea. That's Isaiah 48, 17 and 18. And then he models for us how we should work. He says in Exodus 29, 6 days you shall labor and do all your work, and then take a day of rest. Like God didn't need rest when he created the earth. He worked for 6 days and rested one. He didn't need rest, but he's modeling for us like the proper way to work and rest. It says in the beginning, God created us to work. This is not a burdensome command. It's an invitation to freedom. Many people make the mistake of thinking that work is a curse and that something else, leisure, family, or even spiritual pursuits, is the only way to find meaning in life. That says you will not have a meaningful life without work. You cannot say that you will not have a meaningful life without work, but you cannot say that your work is the meaning of your life. For if you make work the purpose of your life, even if that work is church ministry, you create an idol that rivals God. Your relationship with God is the most important foundation of your life. There also must be an ability to enjoy the most simple and ordinary aspects of life. And then he summarizes the end of chapter 1. It says, in short, work and lots of it is an indispensable component in a meaningful human life. It is a supreme gift from God and one of the main things that gives our lives purpose. But it must play its proper role subservient to God. This may seem obvious, but it is crucial to grasp these truths well. For in a fallen world, work is frustrating and exhausting. One can easily jump to the conclusion that work is to be avoided or simply endured. When we think I hate work, we should remember that it is not itself a curse. We were built for it, and we are freed by it. There is no better starting point for a meaningful life than a firm grasp of this balanced work and rest theology. All right. Just a few highlights there from chapter 1. This book, like I said, there's so much good in this book. I've marked so many things in here. I'm just going to take it bit by bit, small piece at a time. But just want to share there about the proper perspective of work. We were created for work, and it gives our life meaning. It's a way for us to serve others. It gives us purpose. And so we should seek, one of the things I talk about for finding life is controlling what we can control and letting go of what we can't. Sometimes when we're placed in these situations that we don't want to be in, we can fight against them or we can accept them. We can let go of the things we can't control. Of course, we can take small steps to control things and change things. Life change is definitely possible. And like Steve Jobs used to say, if he woke up in the morning, if he had too many mornings in a row where he got up and looked in the mirror and he was about to do something that he didn't want to do, he knew something had to change. And over time, we can make changes. But there's also times when we're placed in situations that are out of our control. And if it's out of our control, we should just not fight against it, but just accept it, let it go, and just trust God's plan, trust his process, and know that it's for a purpose. The thing about work, it's not something that should be, we spend so much of our lives working. We shouldn't spend so much of our lives going against, fighting against things that we have to do that are outside of our control. And we should find joy in the journey, right? Let's see. We got some new live streamers here. Robert Francis says, good morning, B. Let me get you on the show, brother. Robert Francis, good to have you on the show. Robert, I saw your Instagram post this morning. I checked in. Robert just recently got back on Instagram after some absence. He's lost over 60 pounds. He's getting up at like 3:30 every morning. And this morning he posted a video of him exercising. Great job, brother. Yeah, thank you for the like. I appreciate the like. Yeah, you can check out, if you want to check out Robert Francis on Instagram. He's getting up early and exercising, working hard, losing weight. His hashtag is FitBy50. He's turning 50 this year. And so, yeah, Robert, get after it. Keep inspiring. My mom says, let me see here. Let me get you added to the broadcast and see what she says. Mom says, most people look so forward to retirement, but have never read or heard anyone say where God tells us to retire. And Bonnie says, amen, Mom. That's another thing, too, is like, how many times do we always, how hard is it to be happy in the moment? It's so hard to just live in the present, to just be happy in the moment. It's so hard to not think that I'll be happy when this YouTube channel takes off and I can just do YouTube full time, right? I'll be glad when I don't have to work anymore. I'll be glad when I finish my degree I'll be glad when I get my new job. I'll be glad when I finish school. I'll be glad when this, when that. I'll be glad when I get to retirement so I can not have to do anything. But the thing is, we need work. Work gives us purpose and value and meaning. And so we got to live in the present. All right, I'm going to get into today's word. Let's get excited about the word. We are reading through New Testament Psalms and Proverbs this year, laying the foundation for life and for finding life. Proverbs 8:35, wisdom says, whoever finds me finds life. Matthew 7:14 says, small is the gate and narrow the path that leads to life, and only a few find it. I'm here to help you find it. Let me know any way I can help. I'm here to live my life true to me and help you live your life true to you. I want us to live with intention, live in the moment, be present, find joy in the journey, and let's enjoy this thing called life. All right, so we're going to continue on in Mark this morning. This Bobby says, that's good stuff, Graham. So great having you guys on the show this morning and interacting. I love it. This part in the New Testament this morning is what I did my first sermon on last year. And Bobby also says, happy birthday, Ruthie. Happy birthday, Ruthie. This to me is like some of the most powerful part of Scripture. I'm sorry, I don't mean to keep interrupting. Bobby says yesterday. The most powerful part of Scripture to me. This is when Jesus is in the Garden of Gethsemane. This is in Mark this morning. As they were eating, Jesus took some bread and blessed it. Then he broke it in pieces and gave it to the disciples, saying, take it, for this is my body. And he took a cup of wine and gave thanks to God for it. He gave it to them, and they all drank from it. And he said to them, this is my blood, which confirms the covenant between God and his people. It is poured out as a sacrifice for many. I tell you the truth, I will not drink wine again until the day I drink it new in the kingdom of God. Then they sang a hymn and went out to the Mount of Olives. This is where, we read in Matthew, the four Gospels, they're same story from different people, from different perspectives. So we read this in Matthew, now we're reading it in Mark. And this is Jesus right before he's going out to be crucified, to be put to death. And Robert brought up that the song they sang here was Psalm 118, which includes the verse that Mom said recently, 118:24. This is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. And so Jesus is on his way to be crucified, to be tortured and killed. And they're singing Psalm 118. Some places I read they were singing Psalm 113 through 118. But even still, he's going to the cross, and part of what he is singing is, this is the day the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it. On the way, Jesus told them, all of you will desert me, for the scriptures say, God will strike the shepherd, and the sheep will be scattered. But after I am raised from the dead, I will go ahead of you to Galilee and meet you there. Peter said to him, even if everyone else deserts you, I never will. Jesus replied, I tell you the truth, Peter, this very night before the rooster crows twice, you will deny 3 times that you even know me. No, Peter declared emphatically, even if I have to die with you, I will never deny you." And all the others vowed the same. They went to the olive grove called Gethsemane, and Jesus said, "Sit here while I go and pray." He took Peter, James, and John with him, and he became deeply troubled and distressed. He told them, "My soul is crushed with grief to the point of death. Stay here and keep watch with me." He went on a little farther and fell to the ground. He prayed that if it were possible, the awful hour awaiting him might pass him by. "Abba, Father," he cried out, "everything is possible for you. Please take this cup of suffering away from me. Yet I want your will to be done, not mine." Then he returned and found the disciples asleep. He said to Peter, "Simon, are you asleep? Couldn't you watch with me even 1 hour? Keep watch and pray so that you will not give in to temptation, for the spirit is willing, but the body is weak." Then Jesus left them again and prayed the same prayer as before. When he returned to them again, he found them sleeping, for they couldn't keep their eyes open, and they didn't know what to say. When he returned to them the third time, he said, "Go ahead and sleep. Have your rest." But no, the time has come. The Son of Man is betrayed into the hands of sinners. Up, let's go. Let's be going. Look, my betrayer is here. And immediately, even as Jesus said this, Judas, one of the 12 disciples, arrived with a crowd of men armed with swords and clubs. They had been sent by the leading priests, the teachers of religious law, and the elders. The traitor, Judas, had given them a prearranged signal. "You will know which one to arrest when I greet him with a kiss. Then you can take him away under guard." As soon as they arrived, Judas walked up to Jesus. "Rabbi," he exclaimed, and gave him the kiss of death. Then the others grabbed Jesus and arrested him. But one of the men with Jesus pulled out his sword and struck the high priest's slave, slashing off his ear. Jesus asked them, "Am I some dangerous revolutionary that you come with swords and clubs to arrest me? Why didn't you arrest me in the temple? I was there among you teaching every day. But these things are happening to fulfill what the scriptures say about me." Then all his disciples deserted him and ran away. One young man following behind was clothed only in a long linen shirt. When the mob tried to grab him, he slipped out of his shirt and ran away naked. I actually don't remember ever reading that part before about the guy slipping out of his shirt and running away naked. All right. But the thing about this story, we have Easter coming up soon. And this is the beginning of the story of Easter. Jesus going to the cross and being the perfect sacrifice for all sin, for all time, for all people. And what we see here in this story about Jesus in the Garden of Gethsemane is that he doesn't want to go through with this painful, torturous death. He's begging God to take this cup from him. And he says, he's praying to God. He's like, "God, if there's any other way, please let there be another way." But what does God say? God says, "There is no other way. You are the only way to salvation." And also what we see is Jesus being obedient. He's praying without ceasing. He's going into solitude. He's praying. He's going and praying over and over and over again. He's praying without ceasing. He's letting his request be known to God. He's like, "God, I don't want to do this. If there's any way possible, please let there be another way." But then at the end, he's saying, "God, in the end, not my will, but your will." So Jesus is completely modeling for us how to pray. And he's showing us like we should do all these things. We should pray. We should pray without ceasing. We should let our requests be known to God, but we should also submit our will to God and say, "God, we know that you are all-knowing, all-powerful, all-resourceful. We know you know things better than me. I trust even though this is what I want, I trust your will more than my own will." All right. Today's Psalm. "Why do you boast about your crimes, great warrior? Don't you realize God's justice continues forever? All day long you plot destruction. Your tongue cuts like a sharp razor. You're an expert at telling lies. You love evil more than good and lies more than truth. You love to destroy others with your words, you liar. But God will strike you down once and for all. He will pull you from the home and uproot you from the land of the living. Let me grab a quick drink. The righteous will see it and be amazed. They will laugh and say, "Look what happens to mighty warriors who do not trust in God. They trust in their wealth instead, and grow more and more bold in their wickedness. But I am like an olive tree, thriving in the house of God. I will always trust in God's unfailing love. I will praise you forever, O God, for what you have done. I will trust in your good name in the presence of your faithful people." All right, today's Proverbs. The Lord detests the use of dishonest scales, but he delights in accurate weights. Pride leads to disgrace, but with humility comes wisdom. Honesty guides good people. Dishonesty destroys treacherous people. All right, that's it for today's word, and that's it for today's show. Happy Monday. Happy Monday. Happy new day. Happy new week. Happy spring. If you have any final comments for the live chat, for the live stream, please get them in now before we close out the show. So thankful for all you being here this morning. Thank you for being here on the live stream. I greatly appreciate you being here and interacting. And if you're catching this on YouTube after the recording or on the podcast, like I said, know that we record these every morning, Monday through Friday at 6 a.m. Pacific. We'd love to have you on the show, have you join in with us. Like I said, my goal here is to live my life true to me and help you live your life true to you. Let me know any way I can help. Hope you guys have a great day. Until tomorrow, make it a great day. Live with intention. Let's control what we can control. Let go of what we can't. Let's find joy in the journey and keep finding life. I will see you tomorrow. Hey friend, thanks for watching my video or listening to my podcast. Again, I'm so glad you're here. If you would like more information about finding life, please be sure to subscribe. Don't forget about my free PDF download, The Top 3 Keys to Finding Life, which also includes the one decision that completely changed everything for me and can for you too. I'll have a link to it below. If you would like to help me help others find life, please be sure to give me a like, leave me a comment, a review, share with your family and friends. Any activity I get helps me help others find life. Lastly, don't forget to let me know how I can help you. What challenges are you facing? What are you struggling with? Let me know how I can help you specifically. Leave me a comment, send me an email, or set up a call with me. Until next time, let me leave you with this. There is a common thread that connects us all, and there is more to life than meets the eye. If you have ever felt like there has to be something more to life, you're on the right track. Keep moving forward.
Yeah.